you're not under-resourced to be a hero. You're just not tapping in to the resource of God because you haven't started to live that truth that He loves you and has something great for you to do. From New Life Ministries, this is Going Deeper with Stephen Arterburn. I'm Stephen Arterburn. And Going Deeper is all about taking the tough issues, the hard issues of life, looking a little bit deeper inside so that we can gain some insight into our lives. Hi, thanks for joining me for Going Deeper, and we're going deeper into the soul of a hero. It's a new book, or a book that's coming out in June. Dave Stoop and I did that book, and last thing we ever did together. Let me ask you a question. Do you feel like you're ill-equipped to be a hero? When I was in Canada, I was fortunate enough to hear Henry Nouwen live and in person. He talked about the prodigal son. But let me read a quote from Henry. He said this: "What you do and what you have and what people say about you is not who you are. You are a child of God, and the spiritual life starts when you proclaim that truth." Now, I would say maybe a derivative of that is the evidence of who you are the things that you do. And I would also say that when you declare that from head to toe, from your skin to your soul, you are loved by God, then that's when the spiritual life really does start. A lot of people think, I just don't have it to be a hero. I don't have what it is to be a hero. Well, wait a second. You're alive. And if you believe that God is the Almighty God, most powerful force created the universe and most powerful force in it, then you're not under-resourced to be a hero. You're just not tapping in to the resource of God because you haven't started to live that truth that He loves you and has something great for you to do. Do I have any evidence that ill-equipped people can be great heroes? Yes, I do. Gideon was a coward. In fact, his clan, his family, was the weakest family in all of Manasseh. And he had brothers, and he was the weakest of the folks in his family and the weakest family in the, where he lived. And then, well, you'll hear about something else that's pretty weak too, on the surface. Little scaredy cat, Gideon, was found in a wine press. The Spirit of the Lord, the angel of the Lord Himself, said, "Hey, Gideon, I need you to do something for me." Scared to death, coward. And so what the Lord wanted Gideon to do was to defeat 135,000 soldiers. 32,000 showed up to fight that battle. Well, those are horrible odds. 32,000, 135,000, the enemy. And here's a coward who's going to lead them. God said, that's too many. And so whoever was afraid, they went home, and that left with 22,000. And God said, that's just too many. You might think that the soldiers did it, and you get down to 10,000, and God says that's still too many. And so He wants everybody to go out there and have a little drink of water. Everybody puts their face in the water, except for 300 men. They're continuing to be alert and watch, and scooping up the water and drinking it. And God said, those 300, that's all you need. So here we are with a weak man from the weakest clan with a very weak plan of 300 men going off to war for 135,000 of the enemy. And they wiped them out. Wow, wiped them out. How about that? Because nothing's weak when you've got God on your side. the tiniest little, meekest little, cowardly person can be a hero when you realize you are equipped with God. You are courageous with God. Now, here's the question. I just told you you could do courageous things. You could do great things. You could win battles. So what are you going to do? Are you going to do the same thing all over again and keep your life the same? Because a lot of times life doesn't stay the same. It gets worse when we think it's going to be the same. The other thing is you could just say, okay, I got to make it different. And you don't really have a path or a process or a purpose. But here's what I would love for you to do, and that is to step up to hero status. Lock on, lock in, and utilize the resources that God has provided you. Resources of wisdom and power and purpose and meaning and a plan and a calling. All of that. The hero steps up to that. Doesn't spend time looking around for some desperate human being to rescue who's got no better choice than you. If you are God's child, if you are created by God and you trust God, you are not ill-equipped to be a hero. Thanks for joining me for Going Deeper. Thank you for joining me for Going Deeper. I hope something I've said may have helped just a little bit. If you have a question you'd like me to answer or comment, just email me at stevesocial@newlife.com. I'll see you next time.
If you want to support Going Deeper with Stephen Arterburn, be sure to subscribe so you never miss another episode. And if you know someone who would benefit from this episode, be sure to share it with them. See you on the next Going Deeper with Stephen Arterburn from New Life Ministries.